This man is out to get Bigfoot tonight, and if anybody can do it, it can be Freddie Schaefer. We've seen him before. He's a darn good driver.
This particular machine is brand new, of course. Although they're saying it weighs 12,000 pounds, it's closer to 8,000. An all-fiberglass Chevrolet pickup truck body and one of those patented Bearfoot supercharged fuel-injected methanol-burning engines, and, of course, the brand new Goodyear heavy equipment tires used on golf courses. The machine leaves the starting line. Those treadless, basically, tires take that turn awfully hard. Schaefer now gets on the throttle, lining himself up for the cars. Let's see how his hit is. Beautiful launch, hitting on car number 4, getting a little bit nose heavy there coming down. But a beautiful, beautiful run. I think, Shelley, that will probably take the #1 spot. Here you see this incredibly powerful machine at speed, and because of its lightweight and the 8 pounds of air pressure in those huge tires, it will bounce around. You can see him taking the turn as tight as possible and then keeping his eye on the cars. You can see him looking around in front of him for the cars before he's even lined up straight. Now he brings the incredible new fiberglass Chevrolet up to par and airborne beautifully. The elapsed time as he comes down 12.46 seconds by 4 seconds, #1 for the Chevrolet. And here's the man that wants Freddie Schaefer. As we pointed out at the beginning of the show, these two have been literally at each other's throats for the 1989 season. And more times than not, Jim Kramer in the inimitable Bigfoot team machine has come out on top. But that's one of the reasons, Shelley, that Freddie Schaefer built that lightweight fiberglass Bearfoot machine.
And even though they're both big blue trucks, there's substantial differences in them. The most obvious right now is looking at the tires.
These are, of course, the military flotation tires that have become so popular in monster truck racing and basically have been used from the very beginning. Freddie Schaefer is really the first to go to those basically treadless heavy equipment tires that we just saw. Of course, the big difference between Bigfoot right now and Freddie Schaefer's Bearfoot Chevrolet is weight. This is still an all-steel Ford truck. It still weighs in at about 15,000 pounds, almost twice the weight of that fiberglass Chevy. There's the green flag from Joe Quinterno. And now Jim Kramer hangs on as he takes Bigfoot into the turn as hard as possible. Now lining up for the hit, the big blue Ford down close to the ground. That's the way he wanted it. You can see Kramer taking a rough ride in that cockpit, but that may have been enough to threaten the Chevrolet, Shelley. Look at this turn. Kramer staying in the throttle while lining up for the hit. He gets out of the throttle as soon as the front end hits the cars. That kept him down close to the ground. He didn't lose time in the air. The elapsed time, 12.13 seconds, 33 hundredths of a second quicker than Freddie Schaefer. Here's Freddie Schaefer lining up on the starting line with the incredible new all-fiberglass Chevrolet Bearfoot truck from Granite City, Illinois. Actually, the small suburb of Granite City called Pontoon Beach. A handshake with our event director, Jim Harris. This is for all the marbles. The quickest elapsed time in this battle will take the championship. Bouncing around a little bit after nailing the throttle on the green flag. Fred spins it perfectly around, lines it up on the cars. Good solid hit, clearing all 5 cars, and the crowd goes nuts. Now, Shelley, his preliminary elapsed time was 12.46 seconds. How did you think that looked?
I think he's going to beat that time, and that should be a personal best for him, too. He really maintained control of the vehicle the whole time, and boy, did it fly.
Look at this, a little bit wide on the turn. That may have been the only flaw in this run, but he swings it right back around for the hit. Watch this thing. Even the rear tires come close to clearing every car out there. The elapsed time, 11.77 seconds. #1 by almost a half a second. From this view, airborne over all the cars, landing hard, only 8 pounds of air pressure in those incredible new golf course tires. Indeed, a rough landing, but it was worth it. He takes the #1 spot, and Jim Kramer in Bigfoot has got his work cut out for him. Well, now it's up to this man, Shelley. Jim Kramer has got to take the Bigfoot Ford around this course in less than 11.77 seconds to win it.
You know, we talk about the fact that each of these vehicles is capable of doing tremendous things, but no vehicle is good unless they've got a good driver behind the wheel.
Well, this is the #1 team driver for the Bigfoot operation out of St. Louis, Missouri. Bob Chandler literally trained Jim Kramer from the very beginning of the Bigfoot legacy. This guy's been doing this now about 10 years. He is one of the veterans, literally one of the legends of Bigfoot racing, Bigfoot and monster truck racing. Tremendously fast first leg, and now taking it as hard as he can into the turns. Again, a little bit wide, back into the throttle. Good leap across the finish line, really very less violently than we saw Bearfoot.
Does that have to do with the fact that these cars have been crushed a few times, and that aerodynamically, the ride would be easier for him?
Well, there's no question that once the cars have been packed down a little bit, the drivers after the first couple of trucks have a little bit easier time to take it over those cars. Here you see Kramer go wide, trying to keep the machine lined up with the cars, hanging out of the driver's side window, trying to make sure it's lined up properly without ever getting into the throttle. Here comes the hit. Good airborne shot, but not too high, like we said. As he lands hard, throwing him around in the cockpit, he had to run quicker than 11:77. Bigfoot and Jim Kramer runs 11.69 seconds. By 0.08 of a second, that man took the win. The crowd loves every minute of it. Well, looks like Jim Kramer may give the fans an extra treat here. Since he is the winner, there we go. A big wheel stand for the Bigfoot fans out there as the machine that started it all and is still continuing the winning tradition takes a ride in victory lane.